Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tales from Tuatha. We're bringing you the stories of adventure, danger, loss, and heroic triumph from a land within our imaginations. Bringing you these tales today is Nerida the Drowned.
Hello.
Cora Hilltopple.
There's foes in this dark world that I must find and defeat.
Harbakir Toll Middleek.
Hello, I'm feeding a baby right now.
Lost.
Thankfully, I'm not.
Sup?
Chance. Ooh. Who's some kind of bird today. And Welgwyn Woodbarrel.
Hello.
Thank you for being with us today to share in our tale. Here is what happened last time. Our heroes had just met the first king of Lothuria, Logarius Lothar, though he had died over 200 years ago. In the tunnels under Brunhild, they encountered Logarius' friend and right-hand man, Visor Miphos Dalen. Together they escaped the tunnels of Brunhild, only to find themselves amidst a great empty darkness. Instead of a sky above, there was only the intricate dance of what looked simply like wisps of smoke. As Visor Dalen looked out over the darkness, his gaze seemed to fill in the terrain, painting trees, hills, and grass outside into the void. The party began the journey to Rosemound to regroup and determine if reinforcements would be forthcoming. During the night's rest, the party found themselves standing in a great void and were greeted once more by the Black Tiefling, many of whom were actually meeting him for the first time. This Tiefling explained that they were in what's known as the Everwar, a plane which some part of people repeat their greatest conflict again and again and again. Their meeting was interrupted, however, by a repeat of the party's conflict with the demon Medikiri at Brimshire, though the fight didn't go exactly as they recalled. After a difficult battle, Medikiri lay slain, and our heroes found themselves alone in the phantasmal cavern. And that brings us to now. The hulking corpse of what appears to be Medikiri shifts, warps, darkens, and eventually disintegrates into a wispy smoke. The smoke
Were we able
hangs
to
for
loot
a
him before
moment.
that happened?
Sorry?
Were we able to loot him before that happened?
As you move towards the body, it immediately starts contorting, shifting in shape. You can't see the edges of it anymore. The colors blur together, and it dissolves. The smoke hangs for a moment, and then splits into the specters you've seen inhabiting this place. They swirl before whipping into a frenzy and scattering in all directions. They fly around the cavern, trailing the darkness of the void behind a leaving behind a lightless, boundless scene. When they're done, you all stand alone in the emptiness once again.
Do I understand anything about the wisps, having seen them up close and disappear the corpse?
Roll wisdom. Let's say wisdom.
+5 or 7, or I'm not sure what else. If you get the bonuses for.
Would just be 5.
18.
It's not a save, so 18. Let's get the word on here. It's a little unclear what the wisps are. You've heard tales of. You've done sort of minor bits of research into sort of like fairies and mermaids of the sea, that wisps of lost souls sort of hang around and can, if they congregate, can form matter sometimes, creating creatures or landscapes or illusions.
Okay.
You think this may be something similar, though
I'll share that with my friends.
exactly how it works,
How it is.
you're unsure.
So we're just in this empty cave now?
Just in a void, aren't we?
In a void?
Oh, God.
Second.
Not again. This is the second darkest void I've ever been in.
I just see nothing. Like an empty board.
From behind you, you hear.
I'm just pretty sure I don't feel great. I'm pretty
There
sure.
you are. This place is unusual.
Is
Is
this
that Thaddeus
tiefling?
Pendleton?
No,
No.
it's the
The tiefling.
It's the black tiefling.
Turn to once again see the dark and strangely lit form of the black tiefling with blood-red eyes.
Yeah, well now we're reliving our own battles.
Do we all see him?
Everyone sees him, and Cora's there too now. Cora.
Our legendary.
Okay. Can I sneak up on him and do a surprise attack? Oh,
In the void. Good luck.
in the void.
There is nowhere to hide. There is just darkness in all directions. Although everyone around you is lit by some eerie glow that doesn't pulse, it's just a steady light.
Did I learn anything otherwise about the void as I went off on my own last time?
So you went off on your own, and eventually, you looked back to see, like you expected to see Chance, maybe 10, 20 steps behind you, and he was just gone suddenly. You wandered alone in the darkness for what seemed like only a few minutes, and then in a blink, you appear here next to your friends, standing before the dark.
Okay. What happened to all of you? I was simply gone for a few minutes as I tried to explore this strange place, keep us safe from enemies. And who is this mysterious stranger? I don't trust him.
The wisps threw us into a battle against Medikiri, some kind of an illusion. We seem to be going back through a lot of our biggest, scariest battles. And other people's wars as well, wars from the past.
And I'm pretty sure we're not asleep, but they're asleep.
Oh, they're
It
dead.
is all a bit confusing, I admit. Logarius, surely, is dead. At least history says so. Dalen as well.
Sorry,
You
like,
are
Logarius.
clearly, as you may
Dalen,
have
I
guessed.
don't recognize those names.
Logarius Lothar, the first king of Lotharia.
And you have
Kings. Go ahead.
and you have nothing to do with this? You've been messing with our dreams for months now.
I can barely get here myself. May not have a lot of time. You are, as you may have guessed, not meant to be here. This place exists for those who cannot rest. Those who participated in the War of Division at least partially reside here, repeating their days of glory or perhaps their greatest nightmare. I might pity them if it weren't so pathetically self-indulgent.
Well, that's fairly harsh, considering they're stuck in an eternal war.
Be harsh once you see what is yet to come.
How do you know what is to come?
Just say I have a great patron. Gives me access to many visions of the past, some of the future as well. My time here may be short. I may have found a way to release you from this dreary dream and return you to the material plane.
Go on.
On what condition?
There's always a cost.
Well, I wouldn't be doing it myself. This place, it is a samsara, a wretched music box of miserable souls who cannot even collect themselves enough to want to stop turning the crank. You're different. Well, you're smart people. This place does not want you, but for now it tolerates you. Why?
We're not sure. We're not really sure why we ended up here in the first place.
There was the cave-in or some sort of magic by the wall. We were fighting a great battle.
At the dividing wall. That
Yes.
lies atop the ruins of Brunhill. You seem to have fallen into that moment in the Everwar where the tides shifted.
Seems most unfortunate.
The spirits here, these denizens of the Everwar, they don't recognize you, but you haven't yet interfered. Merely played along.
That's true. Without really knowing what was going on, we didn't really want to.
Given that you're clearly not wanted here, but tolerated for the moment, how might you escape?
We're unsure yet. We seem to be going
Are
through
you
some of our old battles.
suggesting that we reveal our presence? Invite the place to recognize our trespasses?
The
So we have
halfling
to-
is close.
Maybe if we allow ourselves to be defeated and the war end, we would be released from this prison.
And we could change the events so that we
Mm.
grind against whatever
We don't
this
wanna-
is.
Yeah, we don't want to risk death, but if
My
we're
other
alone
dark
battle-
brother is right. He's got it. This place repeats without end, replaying the same battles the same way over and over. Perhaps if you disrupt it, the spirits will release you. You're traveling with the great King Logarius Lothar and Dalen. Perhaps you should speak with them. I would do nothing rash. I believe that the severance you seek must occur at the zenith of this world's excitement. Perhaps simply killing Logarius or Dalen now would only enrage the spirits which create this world and destroy you. To have power over them, you must wait until they are most distracted. I have not been following you. Where are you in the events of the Great Dividing War?
Logarius was escaping from a battle that had gone awry through a tunnel system, and then we were traveling through some fields together before we were removed.
Yes, the first counter-offensive had failed at Brunhill. Logarius retreated to Rosemound with Dalen.
That's it. That's where we're headed.
Your opportunity is nigh at hand. While I have you here, I think it only fair to ask. I have given you my help. Maybe a time when I need yours. I do not wish you to think me your enemy.
Are you
Yes,
the one?
you gave your help freely, but we make no promises. We will hear you out when the time comes, but no guarantees are made.
Yes.
Trust, brother, that I am here to liberate you. I wish to show you your past, so you may expunge the demons that lord over you.
Are you the one cutting us off from our patrons?
Yes,
What do you gain from such a thing?
my patron demands it of me. For now I must play along. This place I have escaped him for the moment, so I can speak somewhat freely. I may need your help to execute my plans.
Who is your patron, then, if you can speak freely?
One of the darker forces in the multiverse.
Did you choose him willingly?
That's a religion roll to see if I recognize from any of the descriptions he gave earlier about, I think he said like knowledge and something,
Okay.
and darker forces. It's
So
plus
what's the total?
14.
Okay. 14. I mean, you would guess it's an evil god. If it's one of great power, that could be several. Like, it could be Shar. It could be...
We already had some run
the god
Shar.
of death. It could be Asmodeus. It could be... there are several evil gods in the Forgotten Realms. Let me look them up.
You still haven't proven yourself fully trustworthy, and the fact that you do not want to reveal this nature, even though, or this their name, even though you feel that you can speak freely here, leaves me in doubt of your true intentions.
Doubt if you will, halfling. Trust that do bring liberty to you. You are bound and shackled, your power restricted. I only wish you to claim that power for yourselves. Be the shapers of your own destiny, not merely pawns in the game of greater beings.
This power, would it allow people to protect themselves?
Of course. If you could claim the power of Helm for yourself, what would you do with it, dwarf?
Why would I want to claim the power of Helm for myself? I would want everyone to claim the power of Helm.
I have had no need for outside forces and power. My own survival has taught me well to protect and save myself from any sort of danger, and my allies who have staunchly helped me as well have allowed us to sorry, not very core voice. And my allies have allowed me to form new friendships and trusts that I did not have before. These are the only forces I need at hand.
You see, the little halfling is already on my side. She does not need these gods. One day you will not as well.
Enough.
What I said?
Enough of this. If we get out of here alive, I will do as you ask.
Is that a promise, dear brother?
Yes.
Make no guarantees to
Careful,
this villain. Oh, jeez. Too late.
With that, I fear
Yes.
my signal here is weakening. We will be in touch. I will see. Vanishes into a puff
Bye.
of color.
Bye-bye.
And you all awaken. Like, you see the ground before you just spill out, the grassy hills that you knew before Logarius and Dalen fell asleep. Repaint amongst the void, populating it. Logarius stirs and awakens, puts his hand on Dalen, who also awakens. They look over, and the two knights appear, a splash of color.
I want to wave to the knights. Good morning, guys.
They just sort of look back at you blankly, start
Cool.
assembling their armor, putting it on.
We're like kind of away from everybody, right? Still having spent the night.
You're just around the campfire, basically. Very close.
The
Okay.
creepy guy suggested we talk to Logar and the other guy, advisor guy.
Logarius.
Visor
and
Dalen.
Dalen.
And Logarius Lothar.
Logar and Dal.
Does anybody
It's
know
all right,
from
dwarf. I do
their
not know much of history either. These names are all unfamiliar to me.
Does anybody know from their education or past how these events went down?
If anyone would, it'd probably be Gwen.
Yeah, can I see if I know
Southern
something?
history.
Sure, roll history.
All right.
See if you know about what happened at Rosemound.
I think you should predict the future for them.
Wait.
You can re-roll that.
Can we give her advantage on it?
Jesus.
It's an 11.
You've been getting the worst rolls.
I know.
Good though.
He's
Then out of
Elsa's dice
nowhere, a
roller.
crit.
Oh.
That's how Weldon rolls.
You know
Seriously.
that Brunhild was sacked by the Easterners. Shortly after the sacking of Brunhild, the Easterners seemed to unite under the banner of Tiberia. Typically, prior to that, they were just sort of like an amassment of city-states, and they were not exactly a unified force. But after the victory at Brunhild, they decided to unite and push further west. And they did go to Rosemound next. It was said that Logarius and Dalen fled to Rosemound, and the history books are a bit unclear, or perhaps you just haven't read the right ones, on what happened at Rosemound, but there was some great cataclysm that destroyed the city. Maybe it was the Tiberians just sacked and destroyed the city. That's sort of the common belief. But there's not a good documentation of it because no one really survived. But from there, the second counteroffensive began, and the Lotharians, who were at the time called the Covenant of Free Men, were able to push back east to where Broomhill fell and hold there.
Sorry, the second counteroffensive. So what was the first counteroffensive?
The first counteroffensive ended at Brunhill. Where
Okay, so what was the first offensive?
the first offensive was when the Easterners pushed west in sort of just disorganized mobs, raiding cities that had been influenced by the Covenant of Free Men, and were starting to establish more formalized governments and issuing edicts restricting the use of magic in certain ways and things like that, establishing guards.
I'll pull everyone aside away from our invisible friends, or not invisible, imaginary friends, and say, well, if we need to change the course of events, we could either try to convince them not to go to Rosemound, try to stop this cataclysm that's coming, or change it somehow, or potentially we could just kill them where they stand, change history that way. It's changing their real souls.
Tiefling made it sound like things could get worse if we just killed them unceremoniously.
Exactly, but
I think first we need to prove our abilities, our veracity, our truth, our beliefs. First we have to make them understand that they are not truly part of this world, or rather that we are not. If you do remember the truth of the history, perhaps you can tell them what is about to pass so that they can see our value in listening to us.
yeah, perhaps. I mean, they might think us madmen.
They already think us of that. It seems they are trapped in this illusion that is a dream, that is simply but the whim of greater forces than us.
I mean, I could do a fortune telling with air quotes for them, if they would believe in such a thing, and just tell them about the cataclysm. Maybe they would change their plans.
If you feel like that would be the best way forward, sister, I would not argue with you.
Might be worth a chance, and if it doesn't work, we can head to Rosemound and see what we can do about stopping this attack, since we know it's coming.
Dalen, having pulled his cloak together and his pack on his back, walks up. Hello, fellows. We are heading to Rosemound. I imagine you are coming with us, as Logarius has conscripted you for the time.
Yes, however, our My big sister here, whose name I've forgotten.
He
off the
looks
top of my head,
shocked when you call
unfortunately.
her big sister, as you're totally different races.
Distant
These are all
relative.
my family. Distant,
Our distant, I
different
imagine,
fathers.
yes.
Has quite an adept ability at fortune telling. If you are traveling into the midst of this battle and war, perhaps it would be good to consult the oracles before we head further.
Yes, I had a dark dream about going forward, and I'd really like to do a reading first and see what outcome might come if we continue down this path.
I've never bothered myself much with such superstition, but if you must, go ahead.
Is Logarius here as well?
Yeah, Logarius is just pulling his plate on.
Okay. I guess I will get out my shark's teeth and cards and drop cloth and let's see, what magic do I have?
What is she doing, Dalen?
I will pretend to cast divination, which I have equipped actually.
She's helping us to procure Helm's blessing for the day, for the men, and for all the countryside. The
Just
Legion
looks
of
oddly
Freedom.
at you. It's like, we do not request help from the gods.
You're going to want help from this one.
It's not about request.
If you
but
must.
The oracles can tell us perhaps what is to come. While we do not believe in the gods, the understanding of their machinations can allow us to easily subvert their wills. If you are doomed to die today, wouldn't you prefer to know so that you can avoid any sort of conflict that may cause this sort of a happenstance?
I put no stock in fate, halfling. If I am to die today, it is because I will be slow in combat.
I wouldn't be so confident in those answers.
How long will this take? We must make to Rosemound quickly.
Not much longer. So I'll cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
Hopefully they don't really understand the difference. And try to do a reading,
Okay.
quote unquote, and tell them about the cataclysm and how everything's
Say
gonna be
the
terrible.
magic words. What are you going to tell them about the cataclysm? Just that.
I mean, presumably Wildwood helped me understand what the cataclysm was a little bit beforehand.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
I explained everything that she can recall. There's some event that people call a cataclysm at Rosemound. It seems to have destroyed the town, whatever it was. Maybe it was the Easterners just sacking and destroying everything, but Rosemound was
Alright,
rubble.
I'll say that. I
Would
see.
the dwarves have known anything about the cataclysm? Maybe they wouldn't care about the history, but they might be interested
Nope.
in some sort of cataclysm.
Alright.
No.
Well, I see dark and terrible waters consuming our path ahead. I see Rosemound covered in smoke and ashes, destruction. I see death and decay around us. A cataclysm of world-changing proportions ahead. I don't suggest we go there and try.
Yes, girl, that is the impending army from the east. We must go to Rosemound and rally the Baron's men and
I
stop
see
them.
your defeat.
What is this nonsense? Dalen, let's go.
Don't even get to roll.
You should listen to the woman. She knows lots of things. Her god is really powerful.
That's nice, Tiefling. We will decide our own fate this day.
If you go now, your men will die. But if you take another course, you will win. Helm has seen it.
Sort of points his sword at you. He's like, and will you die with us, dwarf?
I will do whatever it takes to protect the people.
Then
And I
let
kind of
us
raise
go
my weapon a little bit.
to where the people are. What little people are left. Loyal to the Covenant. They start heading off down the
But
road.
this is a bad idea.
The knights follow closely behind them. They give you just a short look. before they tail off after Dalen and Logarius.
Should I cast Hold Person on him? I'll do it.
Walking down the road.
I think it's probably better if we go there and try to change it on the way or in the Cataclysm, unless we just want to initiate combat with these guys, because I don't think they will take being held up lightly. They seem pretty intent on this war.
Right, but we don't have to kill them. We can just delay
Right,
them.
but I think that they can kill us.
We
We're
could
delaying
kill them.
Are you coming, my protector? Sort of mocking you.
Literally, we could kill them. The worst.
As much as that seems like an enjoyable way forward, I don't think it's the best, according to what the Tiefling said.
Yeah, the other stupid guy, don't trust him at all, but he did say don't kill him, otherwise other people will be mad. And I don't want to be dead or anger other things that are stronger than me.
Well, he said don't kill them now, and to wait until whatever this place is was more distracted. So maybe we just wait until the battle gets going. And then, oh no, an arrow ended up in the wrong place. We get to go home.
How did you get that arrow in your throat? That's weird. Looks like you're dead.
That looks bad. I should heal you. Too late.
Forgot all my healing at home. Sorry. Okay. They're headed off down the road. Are you following them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we
You can discuss it
kill
while you
them. We need to just change what happened, correct? It's not that we need to completely eradicate the same events, but if we could convince them to take another path, perhaps make a right where they would have made a left, it doesn't need to be much.
We don't really know what happened, and if we convince them to make a right, then maybe that's what was supposed to have happened in the first place.
Perhaps. But, again, while they may not believe us, they're marching straight into this city. We could perhaps tell them to take a more delicate approach, as my friend Welgan likes to say.
I'm going to tell you, they don't seem to like to be convinced of anything other than what they want to do already. So it might take more of a forceful hand rather than a few speaking twos of this.
Perhaps. But that is what keeps them trapped in this nightmare.
Maybe a wall of thorns might imprison them, and then that would delay them sufficiently that something would change.
I'm willing to try, I guess.
Also, did that count as a rest? Are we rested up for
Yeah, everyone is rested.
stuff? Okay.
After you awake from the battle with Medikiri.
Yay!
Just gonna follow them? You can keep talking to them too if you like.
Well, apparently we're going to try to cast a wall of thorns.
I feel shamed.
Well, that's a bonus.
They didn't even begin to listen to me.
Lost, how do you feel about casting a wall of thorns around them, like a nice prison? We can group them up and then lock them in.
I mean, we can do that. I think, based off of what was being told to us, I think we need to wait until the moment is right, and I'm not sure now is the right moment. As eager as I am to get out of here.
I mean, Cataclysm sounds probably like our major crux turning point
It
moment.
might be that we can prevent the cataclysm too by
Or we can
Well,
make
we're
it
not
worse.
preventing anything. We're not back in time. We're in an illusion.
well, yeah, but sort of back in time illusion. I mean, we were able to
Honestly.
change events earlier, like we
And in reality, is written in stone. As I've been saying, this is but a dream, some sorcerer's conjuring that I don't fully understand, but I agree that I don't think we are actually changing the course of history with the events that we take here.
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
yeah. So we're not changing that the cataclysm occurred in real life, but if we change that if we prevent the cataclysm from occurring in this dreamland, it'll maybe destabilize it enough that we're free.
But as we do not know what caused the cataclysm in the first place, other than these warring fractions, we have no choice in the matter as to what path to take. Perhaps delaying them would make it worse and allow it to spiral even quicker out of control, give the East the advantage as Logarius does become the king, or so I've learned.
I mean, we know that Logarius survives the cataclysm. Perhaps he doesn't this time. We might be able to more subtly battle with them in the craziness of the cataclysm.
Yeah.
I think that's the best choice. Also, I kind of want to see what happened. I've never really been clear on that.
That's true.
Let's do it then. That's our tentative plan.
Unless we see a way to, help and stop it or something cooler on the way, I say we go in planning to backstab everybody here.
It's wing it, and if that doesn't work, kill everyone.
Yeah, wing it, murder
Our
round.
usual MO.
Your plan is, I don't know, murder maybe?
Let's try stealing first.
Kill
Helm commands it.
everyone.
So, during the journey, it's similar to the previous day. As you walk, the landscape sort of unfolds, becomes more clear, becomes more sharp before you. You can still speak to Dalen or Logarius or any of the knights if you like along the way.
I don't like, actually.
It is some time before you get to Rosemound.
Logarius, how have you come to be leading us, or leading these men in combat? Where did you take your command from?
He sort of looks to Dalen, who looks back at him sort of coyly and laughs a bit. It is a bit of a long story. Honestly, I don't know myself sometimes how I've ascended to command the Covenant of Free Men.
Well, it seems that we have some time on the road. There is no rush as we are... on my oracles, my... Daenerys, I can't say your name, Mama. Nerida had predicted doom. I am in no rush to head into conflict straight on.
Let us leave it at a strong will and a good message can rally any number of people behind you. Really, before I even knew it, I was taking command and rallying armies. It has been a long journey to assemble what we have and get what towns behind us that we do. I'm sure you have movements, political, social, where you come from. Times
No.
shift with the wind.
Our halfling village is mostly all together, and as we are just a small community, there aren't many followers that we need, or leaders that we need other than our village elder. Unfortunately, my village was not as successful as defending ourselves as we would like to believe.
Unfortunately, where I'm from, money seems to dictate everything around us.
Money dictates everything
big and-
everywhere.
It's true, but more openly and aggressively and freely at the coast. It's all about who can help who can undercut who, and most of us lose this game.
These are precisely the injustices my movement seeks to correct. Live in a land of free peoples, free from
we
the
dwarves
tyranny
do
of
it
criminals and intrusion from outside elements, with a strong enough standing army and towns guard, the rule of law governing towns.
Well, if you do win, don't forget to keep a close eye farther south, down by the Concord.
Sorry, the Concord.
Don't worry about it. Maybe you'll hear of it someday.
Perhaps I will. I haven't been far south.
Don't worry about me. Us dwarves, we're always much better at governing than you humans are.
Is that right?
That is very right, yes.
Perhaps I should visit your homelands and
You should.
take
Learn
keys
some
from
lessons.
your... Yes. After the battle is done, dwarf. Continue along the road. Is anyone... Oh, so... Chance, you're just screwing with the knights, basically?
Yeah. Come on, guys. You gotta tell me which card you picked.
They, like, hold up the card to you, facing you.
No, it's... okay. You put it in after you've seen it and you remember it, and then you have to tell me after the fact if I got it right. Tomorrow, maybe.
Consummate these consummates.
They're, like, holding the card, like... He hands it back to you.
Frustrating when you put away my cards. Just fine. It's fine. That was your card. That's what we're gonna say. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Shrug. Continue on the road. They seem to, like, start ignoring you more and more as this continues.
Yes.
I
Dalen,
want
how
to
did
walk
you
up to
get
the Sorry, go ahead.
get you first?
Okay, I want to walk up to one of the soldiers and just say, "Oh, that's a nice sword," and just try to grab his sword out of the scabbard.
As you reach to grab the sword, he grabs the handle and just holds it steady in the scabbard and looks at you and scowls.
May I see it?
He just scowls and keeps walking.
I want to see if it matches our dwarven craftsmanship.
He's ignoring you at this point. Like, not even facing you, just walking.
Can I try to pull it? Not like crazy hard, but
Roll
like...
a strength check. Not crazy. If you do it
Like, I'm
not
not
crazy
trying to,
hard,
like,
he just
wrench his
resists
arm
you and, like, looks at you and scowls and, like, pushes your hand away.
All right, that's all. I'm not trying to like beat his arm off and then pull his sword out or anything.
Oof. Something off. Okay.
Dalen, how did you become involved in this conflict?
Logarius and I go back quite a ways, don't we? Logarius looks to him and just kind of smiles. Like, we've had this vision for some time, just finally coming to fruition.
Oh, so you do get divination. I thought you said you didn't put any stock in it.
He ignores you. People deserve freedom and comfort that order and law can provide. Something somewhat unknown to this land.
Indeed, but given the stories we heard last night coming from your side of the campfire, it seems like order and freedom is not always your primary concern.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about, Halfling. Just kind of looks
No,
over
I
at Logarius, who, like, looks
suspect
back
not.
at him. They just shake their heads. In our youth, we were perhaps a bit different, as I imagine you were as well. You are still quite young. Perhaps when you put some decades on, you'll understand.
And when you put some centuries on you, maybe you'll learn that youth doesn't excuse indiscretion.
You, Alec, you have always been an ardent follower of Helm. You have never failed in your duties or neglected them.
Well, nobody's perfect.
He looks back to Logarius, who just, like, laughs heartily. They just continue on.
But that does not excuse my failings.
No one is asking for excuses, merely pushing forward.
My path was chosen for me. I did not get much of the chance to make choices on my own. Rather, circumstances dictated what was to come.
That is a familiar tale, Cora. Perhaps, thinking of that, you can understand why we may have been different before. In order to change the world, you must first survive, as we are, in the middle of finding out.
Indeed, and if you are truly a leader of the free men, as you say, perhaps taking more warning from our friend's divination and oracle reading, understanding that the conflict to come, while it may end with you sword in hand, you are more important to continue rallying the troops than you believe.
We will do everything we can to survive, create the world of justice and peace that we have seen. See it in towns like Rosemound even now. We can extend it further, we can liberate more peoples. But you are right, we must survive to do it, but we plan to.
Would you allow me to scout ahead and further understand the situation we'll be walking into before you enter the town?
I would be shocked if Rosemound had been taken. They shouldn't have pushed past Brunhill. There's always the threat of orcs from the north, but we have many reserves stationed at Rosemound. Be a secure town. As well, I believe Ronto is there. Is that right, Logarius? Turns back, yeah. We left Graham there to defend. Had he been with us, we may not have lost. Perhaps we've been a bit brazen.
Where is he now?
Graham?
Yeah.
Graham Ronto is in Rosemound. We'll be meeting with him at the Rook's Nook.
Okay.
There we will rally our reserves and, with any luck, some of the local barons can contribute men and arms.
But you need Graham to help everybody align with that. Like, without him, that's a big, like, linchpin of problems that would start if he was missing.
Perhaps. Graham is not much for politics. He is an amazing general, master commander of men. But he has been very loyal to the Covenant free men, but without him we may lose some battles we would otherwise have won.
Would you like some ham shank?
Yeah, just to clear this air out of my throat.
To clear your throat.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Too much pocket cheese.
I finished
Pocket
that
cheese is
weeks
just
ago.
green and fuzzy. Still eating it.
Well, it's illusory pocket cheese at this point, but anyway.
Yeah.
What? So we're talking about Graham. They're saying how he's do you have any way of maintaining clear lines of communication? Most importantly, in all conflicts, you must be able to continue to send messages back and forth and maintain a clear view of the battle.
We have not been as organized as I would like, of course. We have scouts and messengers, but the territory is difficult. Orcs raid the roads regularly. It can be frustrating not getting information from outposts. war camps, cities. However, I'm confident Rosemound is safe.
What makes you so confident that Rosemound's safe? I mean, I know you said that you don't think anybody's going to attack it, but you seem like super, super positive that everything's going to be fine.
As I said, Graham is there with reserves. The orcs dare not attack. The reserves make themselves known. They encamp around the outskirts. It will be obvious that it is fortified at the moment. Orcs are scavengers, vultures. They only pick on the weak. Similarly, if they see Graham's banner, they're unlikely to attack. He's given them
I've learned from
quite a bit of trouble.
living in the wilderness for so long, it is never wise to discount a predator and what it may or may not do.
Fair enough, Cora, but we'll see when we get there. Should be shortly. A couple hours from now, perhaps. Anything else as you continue your journey? Rising over the horizon as you walk is a sleepy hamlet of small stone buildings atop a hill. The outskirts of town are beset by a few dozen tents and the trappings of a small military encampment. Approaching, the denizens mill about the streets, quietly carrying bundles of kindling, buckets of water, or crates of fruits, vegetables, and meats. Smoke rises from a few buildings and fades into the darkness above. No music or songs can be heard, and no children play in the streets. The scene is reminiscent of a drawing in a storybook, almost frozen in time. Logarius speaks to Dalen. These people deserve the freedom and safety that we fight for, Dalen. They deserve to keep their homes here. Let's go to the war room at the Nookshire. Ronto should be there as well. You just continue with them through town?
Yep.
Yeah.
Near the center of this tiny village is a relatively, for the town, grand cathedral of sorts, which bears a symbol of a pair of hands, scarred and bent, but clasped tightly and bound by a red cord. While the other buildings of this hamlet appear blurry and of shifting form, this edifice is stable and prominent amongst them. Just beyond is another well-defined structure with a great stone foundation bearing great wooden posts and walls of wattle and daub, dried and dyed beige by the unseen sun. Hanging from a post above the door is a wooden sign adorned with a marvelous carving of a rook roosted in the peak of a roof. It reads, "The Rook's Nook." Logarius and Dalen enter. Follow behind them, I assume.
Heck yeah.
The interior is dimly lit by lanterns on tables and a few sconces on the walls. It smells of clay, dry ale, sour roasted meats. You had forgotten what it was to smell. What must be soldiers, likely reserve, wearing soft jerkins and cloth undergarments, are interspersed throughout the room, sitting atop crude wooden benches slumped over tables. Some swig from tankards, others hastily chew at the dry meat and fresh bread on their plates. As you enter, the attention in the room turns to your party, and any merriment there may have been vanishes. A slender woman rushes from the bar to meet you. "Logarius and Dalen, we did not expect you." "Is Graham in the war room?" "Yes, he's just received the Baron's men." "Thank you, Philanthi." Logarius and Dalen head behind the bar and through a back door. They sort of bid you to follow them as they go. Down the stairs in the kitchen, where you imagine the larder would be, is instead a well-lit room with a large table at the center, covered nearly entirely by a map of Tuatha. You notice that the map does not extend north of Mount Dulgaroth. Standing to its side are three men who seem to have been in mild discussion when you entered. They now look to you. One is wearing plate mail armor, has a sword and shield placed on the table next to him. He has tousled black hair, brown eyes, very muscular build, tanned and worn skin replete with the scars of battle, though he appears very young.
Ah, you must be Graham.
Yes. Who are you? Logarius turns and introduces all of you. This is Chance, Welgwyn, Cora, Nerida, and Lost.
Hello.
I've conscripted them to help us, and Alik. Sort of like gestures. Sorry, I forgot you back there. The two other men
dwarves
are turning and facing Logarius as well. One steps forward. Logarius, I am the emissary of Baron Roberts. He bows a bit. The other is, I am of Baron France. He bows a bit.
Hey, well, Gwyn, do you recognize any of these family names?
Do I recognize any of these family names?
Whoa.
Roll history.
All right, that's +7 to 22.
Oh boy. Yeah, they were prominent landholders in the west of Tuatha prior to the Cataclysm at Rosemound, and in the Great Dividing War. They did not contribute troops to the Great Dividing War and lost prominence as a result, as the war was eventually won by Logarius.
Does your family have any inns with them?
Well,
They-
my family isn't gonna. My immediate family isn't gonna be around for a while, so would I know any of that?
As I said, they lost prominence, and
Yeah.
so lost most of their land, but lost most of their holdings, and sort of faded into history.
Yeah, and by the time we got around, they were kind of, gonna try to be subtle so I don't freak anybody out.
Logarius sort of greets them. It's like, well, I'm here. Imagine you bring news. Like, we were not expecting you for a couple of days. Fortunately, sir, Baron Roberts has decided not to contribute troops to your cause. Turns and says, I bring a similar message from Baron France. Wish to not engage at this time. There are concerns with the safety of our peoples as well. Orc raids, goblin raids, kobold raids are a constant threat. Do not have troops to commit.
If we could take care of these creatures, would you commit troops?
Sort of look over at you. You mean to destroy them all?
Have to find their nest if you have any ideas where. Shouldn't be too much trouble for us.
These creatures have no singular nest. They move, they shift. They seem to be never-ending. It is all we can do to defend from them constantly.
Do I know anything about kobolds to convince them that we could help?
Roll, what is that? Nature?
Survival.
I think it would be nature.
Yeah, probably. That's fine, I'm proficient, but for some reason, it's not about being wise. 17.
So you know that kobolds do form encampments, but they're sort of migratory. God, what's the word? Not migratory, but they don't
Nomadic?
stay in one place for too long. Yeah, they're nomadic, exactly. I was gonna say gypsies, but that's like weirder.
A little offensive too, I think.
Little
Yeah, a
bit
little
offensive.
offensive.
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
tend to be nomadic, and there are like different clans of kobolds that roam around. It's very hard to pin them down, and to eradicate them, because they're not like noble warriors. If you raid a kobold camp, many of them will just flee.
Well, I guess I leave it at that.
Logarius looks to the two emissaries. Is that all then?
Have you guys considered how embarrassing it's going to be for your families if, we win here and everybody knows that you didn't contribute anything? I mean, it's not going to be a great look, right?
The emissary from Franz looks over to you. We have heard of what happened in Broomhill. It seems unlikely that the tide will turn back in your favor. We will not send our men to the slaughter, basically, Logarius. Graham turns to him and says, Sir, the Easterners have rallied under a single banner, call themselves Tiberia. They are much more dangerous and organized now than before. Anything we do now is likely futile. Baron's men are right. I'm with you, of course. Logarius looks somewhat distraught. Well, if there is nothing else, we must be getting back. Planned to stay for a few days, but since you are here, I'm glad to see you survive Broomhill, Logarius. That Baron Roberts wishes you luck in your campaign. They exit.
Maybe we could find these barons again and try to talk them into giving troops somehow.
I mean, do you
have any sway in
I
this
certainly
land?
don't.
About as much as you, apparently.
I command troops.
Snap,
Dwarf.
snap.
We have the freedom to perhaps solve some of their problems that are preventing them from submitting their troops, but other than that...
Fear that was merely an excuse to not commit them.
Fair point.
He turns to Advisor Dalen. What of this benefactor? He may be our final hope. Should talk about that in private, Shire.
You could talk in front of us too. We don't tell a lot of secrets. We'd love to know yours.
Dalen looks over to Graham Ronto, and Graham sort of like nods at him and starts like ushering you all out of the room.
No, that's not what I meant. It was...
He ushers you out like upstairs into the kitchen. You can stay here tonight, but I've heard word from scouts that the Tiberians will be here soon, perhaps by nightfall.
Does the world seem to have the same kind of real effect around Graham?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So the others have left the bar, you said?
We've left them.
You're in the
talk in
kitchen,
private.
and it's just you and Graham in there. No one is in the kitchen.
Anyone want to stab him real quick?
I trust.
Just kidding.
I trust you'll tend to yourselves for the night. I should go
Graham,
off
I
and prepare
understand.
the reserves.
I understand you are something of a tactician and commander. studied tactics and I forget the nation I came from, Dwarfistan.
Sure.
Perhaps we could discuss, reserves, numbers, try to maybe provide assistance, a unique perspective that the Easterners will not predict.
Perhaps another time, Dwarf. I have to go prepare my men. What is almost certainly their death.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to prevent. There is no other time.
I gotta be honest, you should see his god is extremely helpful. So if you're in a crunch, his god, A+, would recommend.
If you wish to save these people, you should help them evacuate the city as soon as possible. He just leaves.
Well,
Logarius and Dalen are still downstairs.
We need Wellwyn to go spy on that conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get as close to the door into where they are without being seen as I can.
All right.
That or lost
stealth.
I was gonna say Lost could do that too.
If I head outside, is it real or is it kind of the murky darkness as I head outside?
As you head outside, it's fuzzy and distorted. The great cathedral with the engraving on it is fairly static and detailed, as is the Rook's Nook. The rest of the town is kind of fuzzy and awkward. What is that total?
13.
And roll sleight of hand to open the door to the war room.
Okay,
But
and
you
I'm
get
wearing my
huge
gloves.
bonuses on because of the gloves.
Which is that a...
Isn't it just advantage?
No, I think it's...
I think it's plus 5 or something.
4, yeah.
Something insane.
So that's a 22 before the additional...
That's enough.
glove bonus.
So, yeah, that's at least 25. You managed to open the door silently. You snuck down the stairs well enough that you didn't make too much noise. People may have thought maybe it was a rat or something. You see Logarius and Dalen having a seemingly serious discussion. Logarius looks at Dalen for a bit, knowingly, and Dalen looks back, exasperated. Logarius says, "Who is this benefactor? I've not known you to keep secrets from me before without good reason. I trust you, Mythos, as ever. You must trust me. I have been in contact with a man of great power. He calls himself Shathuriai, and has proven himself a powerful steward of the arcane. He has, though I've not met him face to face, performed miraculous acts, sire. He has power over the hells. He can provide us with what we need to turn the tide of chaos that approaches." "What is he asking, Dalen?" "He wants a campaign, in secret, to eventually abolish worship of the gods. As you can see, we are somewhat aligned." Logarius looks concerned for a moment. "What must we do?" We gotta chirp. "I will handle the particulars, Logarius. Rest in the nook. Tonight we will see if it will be enough." Logarius lets out a heaving sigh, starts heading for the door.
I'm gonna get out of there as quickly and quietly as possible.
Are you just gonna leave?
Yep.
Only Logarius is heading for the door. Dalen seems to be staying in the room for a moment.
I mean, if he leaves, he's gonna walk right by me, right?
Roll intelligence. See if you can figure out, or I guess let's make this investigation.
Okay, that's a 13.
You're fairly small. The door out of this room goes straight to the stairs, and you think you could maybe hide behind it. As he opens it, it opens outward into the stairway.
All right, I'll try to hide.
Stealth.
We're doing it again.
The fucking ones. Jesus.
Oh
no!
How many times does this happen now? We need to go through the footage.
Many times. It's been like one, two.
Every time, basically.
Yeah,
All right, well,
Yeah.
that's an 8.
Okay, so you try to squeeze in behind the door, and Logarius like opens the door into you and sort of smushes you. Roll Constitution. This is to like. There you go. Okay.
All right. Couldn't have had that earlier. Like one roll. It's fine.
So even though he slams the door into you and you want to like scream or exhale, he slams it really hard. Which, by the way, you manage to get like the handle of the door like jammed into your ribs, and you take 2 points of piercing damage. We'll say bludgeoning damage.
Piercing damage. What is this doorknob?
Pierced with a door. It's made of iron.
So sorry, that was 2 points?
2 points.
Okay.
You stifle a scream, and he sort of like seems distracted enough that he breezes past you and closes. The door just swings closed behind him. He heads up the hall. 2 points of door acid damage. Radiant door damage.
You're inflicted with door.
You've been doored. Okay. So Dalen is still in the room.
I would like to continue listening to him.
Okay.
Can I hear through the door, or do I have to open the door again?
Well, so after Logarius leaves, the door is swinging shut. I feel like you might be able to try to catch it, or you could wait for it to close and try to peek again.
I'm going to wait for it to close and then try to peek, because I don't want to grab it.
So roll sleight of hand to... Door opens slightly. Fucking hell. So you open the door, making not a single sound, and press your ear to the crack and look in through the side of your eye. Dalen is standing in the middle of the room over the table with his hands outstretched, palms down on the table. He looks sort of exhausted. He reaches into his cloak and draws a large, gleaming red crystal. It speaks. Logarius cannot be involved. This will be my burden alone. He seems to be speaking into the crystal. Pause after that. He says, I will do it. For now, I must pray. Slides the crystal back into his cloak and looks with purpose towards the door. Roll religion.
Okay, that's a 10.
Okay. You think the crystal may be a symbol of some deity, but you're not totally sure who it might be.
Is
He looks
doing
with
anything
purpose
else? Okay.
towards the door and starts heading that way.
I'm going to get out of there. Go
Okay.
back up the stairs.
Roll stealth to go silently up the stairs.
Okay, that's a 21.
Okay. You make it up the stairs without a sound and reunite with your friends in the kitchen. Dalen opens the
guess
door from
I-
downstairs and starts heading up.
Want to follow Graham's advice and try to get these shadowy phantoms to start leaving the town, to evacuate. So, people of the town, this is not a safe place. War is coming. Your families, your children, all will be killed. You must leave. You must evacuate.
Roll persuasion. It's okay. Roll
Let's just
performance. We'll make it.
I don't think I have any performance either. Yeah, neither of those would do me any good, but that's okay. Alright, I found my mouse. But it's not responding for some reason. Would someone roll for me?
Yeah, I got it. Ooh, not good. About as bad as you can do. You're yelling around. Everyone is just kind of like gives you strange looks as they mill about doing their business. They look really plain and also sometimes kind of formless. You like look at one woman and look away, yell to someone else, and you look back and you swear her face is different or her hair color is different. Something is strange. They mostly ignore you as you run around yelling.
The sky is falling! The sky is falling!
Talking about whatever. Dalen heads up through the kitchen and exits the tavern.
Are we alone in the
What
kitchen
you
now?
guys are doing? Yeah, unless you want to follow him or go somewhere.
I would like to tell everybody what I just witnessed and see if anybody, maybe with a better religion ability than I have, knows something about what that red crystal might be.
Okay.
So I'll relay that to the crew. I just saw this crazy thing. Does anybody know if there's some sort of hell god that communicates via red crystal?
Nope. No idea.
Alec is stumped. You're like, crystals? That sounds like money.
Is it made of tin?
It's not tin. It's not platinum. Anyone else can try if they want.
You have to have religion proficiency, right?
Yeah.
No.
Does
I
anyone?
have religion proficiency and or give Alec a advantage on that roll.
You have to have religion proficiency to do that. No one's proficient?
Nope.
Nope.
Crystal remains a mystery.
Wait, what about the name?
You should go steal it.
I suppose that would also have not registered with
Yeah,
anyone.
we
What name?
definitely need to steal that crystal.
Didn't Dalen give a name for his benefactor?
Oh, yes. He called him... I think it's Sethurii? Let me see. Yeah, Sethurii.
Do I get another roll for that?
You can roll... Sure, you can roll religion. See if you...
It may be wise to use guidance on this, Nerida.
Okay.
Guide me to the answer, and I will pray to Helen that your guidance is true.
She shushes you into guidance, a state of meditation.
Hey.
And you get a d4.
I guess I'll roll it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Pretty
That's
good.
+4. 23.
You are certain that Sethurii is not a deity or representative of any deity. It may be like a fake name something is using.
I don't know what that is, and I feel like I know a lot about all the deities and their names, so that might not be a real name.
I guess that makes sense. But this seems like a bad thing, right? Everyone's
think-
kind of...
Yeah, the crystal is it a communication device, you said?
It seemed like it. He talked into it and then waited and then answered, so I think that there was some sort of communication going on.
So I don't know if stealing the crystal will prevent anything.
I mean, it'll definitely screw something up, but fair enough.
You mentioned
I guess
this
I'll-
powerful wizard.
Come in about now. These people, they seem to be changing in front of my eyes. No one is heeding my warnings. I hate to see what happened to my village happen here.
Yeah, that's why I didn't try. Though
Us
I
being
do
here
love
isn't going to
defending
change
people.
anything, Cora, so don't worry about it.
Yeah,
No,
they're
but
not
change
real
is what we're
people.
trying to evoke to get us safely out of here. And even if they are just phantoms, it's horrible to experience this loss once again. It reminds me of my own family, and just the destruction that war and violence can cause.
You know, I actually, for once, wasn't necessarily thinking about stealing the crystal. I did hear Dalen mention something about Sothuriae wanting to operate a campaign to abolish the worship of the gods, and I thought that might have something to do with our tiefling acquaintance.
Friend, yes.
Maybe that's why he wants us out of here. Maybe we're learning information that would be vital to ending him.
Anything's possible, but
If it happens.
the longer we stay here, the closer. Each of these battles has been getting increasingly difficult for us to complete, and it's going to get to a point where it's going to this realm, this Everwar, is probably going to be the end of us.
Where we
It
will
also-
die and perhaps be absorbed into the continuous rebirth and death cycle that is this place.
It also seemed like the Easterners wanted us to know something about the corrupt history of Lathuria. Perhaps this is it. Seems like there might be some kind of betrayal going on with what you saw.
Perhaps, although they also, we witnessed the corruption of the whichever peoples we were at war with firsthand as he was going over, breaking the pact and raiding their villages without much provocation.
It's true, but I seem to remember him saying something about that the land was built on lies and the wall was a lie, and that from its foundation that they were betrayed. Maybe I misinterpreted.
I don't know, Nerida.
I heard it.
Based off of what we've seen so far and what Welgwyn just told us about what's going on downstairs or in the other room, I'm doubting the honor that went into establishing.
Exactly.
That moment, any peace around you is broken by screams from outside. You're still in the
Let's
kitchen of the
rush on
tavern.
out.
We better go see what that is.
Well, let's go stop a cataclysm, guys.
As you rush outside
Okay.
the tavern, the cathedral nearby, above it, the wisps seem to have congregated and are swirling wildly. The townspeople are screaming and pointing and running from the cathedral. Logarius comes right out behind you, comes running up. What has happened?
Loud noises?
I'm just gonna point.
Yeah, we're just running toward the sound, I guess.
I don't know what the
He
hell that
runs
is.
to the doors of the cathedral and pulls at them, jostles them. They don't seem to open.
Where is
Looks to
Dalen?
you. I don't know. I left him in the war room.
Logarius?
You and Logarius are at the doors of the cathedral. He's like pulling at
Logarius,
them.
what
He draws his
price
sword.
is too high for the freedom of your peoples. You have already conscripted us to your needs, which has taken away the freedoms of our party, of ourselves. How far are you willing to go to see
He
your
points his
peoples?
sword at you. Can you stand up to the hordes of the east, child?
No. So why have you decided that I must?
Do I sense like a magic or curse on this door?
Go ahead and roll arcane. You can go and like pull at the door. He's got his sword. He looks like he's about to start trying to break it down.
That's gonna be an 8.
You're not sure. Doesn't seem that magical. You sort of touch it, you try to open it. Doesn't feel magical.
Is there a lock?
Stand
on it?
back! There doesn't seem to be a lock on the door. It just has
Can I
like brass
assist him
handles.
opening the door with my glaive?
Sure. He readies his sword and strikes at the door. You can do the same. Roll to hit. It's not hard to hit a door.
Apparently, well, I get it plus 8, so.
Yeah, it's not hard to hit a door. You
Alright.
definitely both hit. Go ahead and roll
Oh my
damage.
gosh.
I would like to crushionate it as well, but I'll probably be in the next round of crushionating.
Yeah, I think Nerida and Logarius are in the way currently.
I don't remember how much.
I think it's D8 plus
another D8 for lightning or thunder.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Blam blam.
Let's see, he does 2d6.
It might be a
plus
D10.
I think it is a D10 because it's a
Of the extra damage, it's D8.
My glaive base damage. I think it's a 10.
Oh, that. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it is a D10. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and roll D10.
Bop, bop, bop.
We'll take that 5 as your lightning damage.
7. Wait, no, plus some stuff. Plus 5.
Slamming your weapons into the door. It seems to be splintering and bracing against you.
While they are trying to break the door, can I run around the edges, around the back, see if there's any other openings or windows or things that come level?
It's a fairly grand cathedral. There are large stained glass windows sort of well above the ground. As you're running around, you see scenes of like what looks like a nearly naked man like smashing his hands against rocks. You see scenes of like people working with crude tools and things like that. People enduring torture.
But no other doors.
No other doors. There's only one door in. Next round, Logarius is going to keep smashing. Is this you, Alik, this time?
Yeah, Nerida's got 10 reach, right? So she can like attack over me.
Sure.
All right, then yeah, I'll step in and say, let's do this together. I attempt to hit a door.
Crushes the door with his great sword. You actually you raise the crusher. You sort of lose your balance, and as you swing, you just sort of graze off the front of it. As Nerida hits it, go ahead and roll damage. The area you're going to hit, like as Nerida's glaive cleaves down into the door.
Blam.
Oh damn! And just crushes it open. Your swing just falls in an empty doorway, basically.
I helped.
The doors just buckle and snap open. You see just like a wooden, or there's actually the cane that Dalen had been holding, bracing the doors closed at their handles. The cathedral inside is fairly dark. There are several pews leading up to an altar at the front where Dalen stands. He seems to be working on something at the altar. He looks over his shoulder as you break through the door.
I cast Hold Person. Dalen.
As you go to cast Hold Person, the wisps above fly in through the windows, howling, screeching, warping
they
your
don't like
vision.
things that are different.
And they counteract your spell.
Do I spend a spell slot?
Look, yeah, you do. They basically cast counterspell on you as you did that.
Are there any like near me?
They whirl and yeah, they're all over the room. You guys haven't really entered. You're still just at the front door.
Can I try again to hit them with my glaive and see if anything happens?
You swing at them, they sort of disperse. Your glaive passes through them.
What about the lightning?
You don't hit anything, so there is no lightning.
Damn.
You have to like contact in order to evoke the lightning strike. They're swirling about the room. They sort of seem to be
I think we need to stop him.
Around Dalen.
Let's go stop him.
Yeah, we need to stop him.
I'm gonna charge up
As you
there.
enter,
I will also.
as you enter the cathedral, he turns, and in his hand is a knife dripping with blood. On the altar is a torso. It's been heavily disfigured. The guts spill forth. There's blood dripping down the edge of the altar. And Dalen, in his left hand, holds aloft a human heart.
How far away is he?
He's about 50 feet away from you guys.
Okay.
He
Logarius,
looks at
I
you,
must-
reaches into his cloak, grabs the red shard, and slams it into the heart. And that's
I
where we'll
must
take our
ask
break.
again.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
What is this piece of yours worth?
So we'll come back in 10 minutes. We'll get back at 5:40.
Sounds good.
Be right back, everybody. And welcome back. When we left off, the party, including Logarius, had just breached the doors of the temple of some of you would recognize as Ilmater in Rosemound to find Visor Dalen over an extremely desecrated corpse, jabbing the red crystal into its heart. As he does, the wisps in the room swirl, congregate, they flow into the heart. Black tendrils shoot out, grabbing Visor Dalen in the face. They splay out over the room, encompassing huge portions of it. And a red portal opens as well. Dark energies pour out of it, pour into Dalen as everyone watches. The tendrils also reach out and grab. Logarius charges into the room. He's like, Dalen, what have you done? The tendrils whip around his neck. Dark energies pour out of the portal towards Logarius. We need to roll initiative.
Yes, I want to shoot him in the face.
Well, at least the wild days of his youth are behind him. And now he's on the straight and narrow. So that's good.
Yeah, very, very nice guy. I like him a lot.
What a good map.
Let's let people see the map. How about that?
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh, you
the
mean
stream
the
you can't.
Sorry, all I think about is myself.
No, it's okay.
No, you don't understand. We can see it. It's fine. We can see
You
it.
can see everything okay?
already
Everything
got-
loaded? Okay.
As far as I know, there could be all this other secret stuff that you intended.
So let's see, at the
Yeah,
door.
tell us about all the secret stuff so we can make sure it's there.
I assume you're just inside the door. Alec will probably be there too. Sure, you guys don't have like snap points on. Or will be just outside and lost. That everybody? Okay.
I'm so tired, I was like, why are we so big? Because I interpreted the floor tiles as being the game tiles.
Right. It's hard. It's a little hard to see the grid, unfortunately, but we get the idea, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I can see it.
As the dark energies pour out of the portal, they fill Dalen, covering his body. It shimmers with dark energy. And he pulses his flesh, corpuscular as it already is, distorts, bulges. His cloak just shreds and like shatters and falls in tatters on the floor. His form morphs and changes. He grows bizarre limbs out his back. Long claws extend from his hands, what once were his hands. The limbs in his back as well. See before you,
Oh no!
Mephos the Misshapen.
Doctor!
Pretty metal.
Ooh, those things look tasty.
The tendrils release him and he turns to you. As you see that as well, Logarius, while his form, he sort of contorts and grows a bit taller perhaps, and his armor darkens. His sword grows longer in his hand. Turns towards you as well.
Oh no!
Treachery!
His
Is this
soul
the
turns
peace?
very dark.
Is this the freedom you
Let's try
spoke
to
of?
save him. He's probably Didn't intend to become a horrible monster.
Save him by killing him.
No.
You hear Mephos the Misshapen sort of just like growl at you. This is the power we've needed. Though it has cursed our forms, we can use it to free the people. Logarius is just silent. He like sort of nods towards Mephos and turns towards you.
Did we initiative it
We
up?
did not initiative yet. Let's do it. It's boss fight
Yeah.
as well.
That's some good initiative right there. Hot damn.
God damn. Okay, I need to initiative my own self.
Me with a 4. That's not very good initiative.
So if
Got
he's the
lost on the way
misshapen, this is like the first form of the boss, and then we're going to beat him, and he's going to come back as the actual shape, and a few different encounters before we're done here.
No one said anything about that.
No, just
But also no
normal
one said
video
no.
game logic, right?
Okay, top of the round is Cora, obviously.
And unfortunately, I'm still in the middle of doing things in real life. So I will.
Arrow the
stay,
big guy.
Yeah, stay behind my allies and use them as cover because I'm teamy and I love to use human shields. I will, take the Dalen, who is now Mephistos.
His
whichever
first
human
name was always Mephos, but now he's
Mephos.
Mephos the Misshapen.
We're going to aim at Mephos. I will do a hunter's mark. So I'm going to focus on him and say some words to calm myself. It's only a dream. It's only a dream. It's only a dream. And take some D20 hits at him.
All right. I will roll for you to hit. You have plus 10.
Yes.
That will hit. It's 8 plus 6 for the hunter's mark.
Yeah, and then because I am outside of the doorway behind my allies, will you give me stealth?
You have to have actually like hidden.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, 8 plus 6, with an additional plus 5 to whatever happens.
D8.
D8 plus D8, 6 plus
And
5.
a D6 plus 5. Double ones. This is why you should never allow me to roll. I was reviewing the footage from last game too, and I was like rolling 1s and 2s on these healing rolls. It's like, you gotta be here to roll for yourself, I guess. So plus 5, you said?
Yeah, plus 5, and then another one because I get 2 attack actions.
All right, you rolled a hit again. Your first arrow, loose off the bow, flies in. It just barely contacts what you think is part of his form. You rolled a 2 on that, so don't let me roll for you. Your second arrow misses, resounds off the statue of Ilmater behind him. The first arrow is, as it digs into his flesh, it just kind of like undulates and the arrow pops out.
Are you sure this is the strength you need? You must find inner strength. We should call upon the deities to help us purge this evil from the land.
Must defeat the Easterners by any means. Chaos will rule the land if we don't. That brings us to Nerida.
Alright. I channel the energies of the stormy sea to call lightning and strike down on. I want to try to hit the altar and portal and Mephos and everything if possible. It's like everything within 5 feet, but if it's too far, obviously just Mephos.
Okay.
Channel Divinity at 4th level.
Call lightning.
Yeah.
So these roofs are pretty low. Don't you have to have like significant space above you to call light?
We keep going back and forth on it, whether you have to have it. It's 10 feet tall, and one version says you need 100 feet, and the other version doesn't say you need any room other than the 10 feet. So, if you say no, I'll do something else.
Okay, no, you can call the cloud of lightning inside the Temple of Ilmater. 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see 100 feet directly above you. That's the whatever.
It says within range directly above you on D&D Beyond, which is why we keep being like, what is it?
And I think the actual PHP says that. It's different from 3.5. So yeah, you call upon the power of Umberly. You use one of your channel divinities for the day to impart extra force into the lightning strike. The storm above you riles around.
And my bonus action and everything.
And your bonus action. So how much is that?
I don't remember what we decided, unfortunately.
I think the bonus gives it another D8. I don't remember either.
It's normally 3d10, and then each one above.
And you cast it at level 4, so that's another
Yeah.
D10. So it'd be 40. And then I think it's another D8 if you use your bonus to like enforce the spell. Let's see.
Sorry, I don't have it written down.
Call lightning goes 3d10 plus d10 per level, blah blah blah. Confuse it with extra energy to deal 4d10 plus 2d6 per level above third. So it'll be 40-10, so 52 points of lightning damage as the bolt slams into Mephos the Misshapen, scorching his bizarre, tangled flesh. Alright, he did not like that. Chance.
All right. I think this is a weird and perfect time for my second favorite spell, Stinking Cloud. I'm gonna hit it. Let's see, it's a 20-foot. Doesn't tell me if that's radius or diameter.
20-foot radius sphere.
Okay. Then, yeah, so that it's just kind of like obscuring Logarius and Mephos right now.
Okay, and that's also concentration.
Yeah.
So you want it on, let's see, yellow. Make it hideously yellow. 20-foot radius would be like this.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Actually, it'd be much bigger than that, wouldn't it? So you swirl your hands, you say the magic words, you throw a rotten egg into the air and clasp your hand, and as you do it shatters, and this horrible yellow gas pours out from it, filling the room, obscuring it.
It's a 16 con save from them.
On the start of their turn.
Correct.
Okay, anything else?
For right now, no. I'm just gonna chill right here.
Okay.
And laugh at what I've done.
Barbecue till Middleek.
All right.
Oh, Chance, it's a relief to know that that wasn't your natural smell, but something you were carrying with you.
Oh no,
Gotta carry
that's
rotten
been me the whole time.
We're going to go with Blast
Not just the eggs.
on. So, I can't remember if I have to cast at level 3 or level 4 to hit everybody.
What's
I
that?
think I have to cast. I'm trying to cast Bless on everybody. I think it has to be at level 4.
Less.
Up to 3 creatures So 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to heal all 6 of us by casting level 4 Bless.
All right. We're concentrating on bless.
And then I'll run up to just to the edge of the gas right here.
You evoke the divine protection of Helm. You all feel blessed. You can't actually see Logarius because he's in a stinking cloud.
Yeah, but I know where he is. I can't do anything else this turn, so.
Okay.
That's
that
it.
Brings us to, I think, Lethos' turn. Oh no, Logarius' turn. So at the start of his turn, he makes a con save. Con save, throw against poison on a failed save. It is retching and reeling.
While Aiden's looking that up, what does Bless do?
Bless gives +4 to attack
Plus
rolls,
D4 on attack rolls and saves.
D4 on attack rolls and saves.
Neat, thank you.
Okay, Logarius is immune to poison, and so is unaffected by the stinking cloud.
Yeah, I was kind of worried they would both be immune to poison.
Yep. Ah, crap.
Who's he going for?
It's okay, it's worth trying.
He is gonna cast. Yep. So he raises his sword into the air and chants some strange words in Abyssal, which means the tieflings understand. It's a very sudden change from his disposition prior. You hear him chant like, Asmodeus, bless my sword with unholy light. And as he does, his blade swells, and dark, like black swirling smoke appears around it. And then he goes to attack Nerida. Ooh, that's a lot to hit. It's his bonus. 25 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Woof.
Okay. Does.
I also rather the storm.
Sure. 6 plus 9 points of slashing damage and
Ooh.
4 points of necrotic damage as the necrotizing energies of the blade dig into you. He cleaves into your shoulder.
Sorry, that was 9 and 4.
Yeah, 9 points slashing and 4 points necrotic.
Okay.
And you
And I do
react.
11 points of thunder damage.
11 points of thunder damage to him in response.
Just out of curiosity, when he stumbled out of the fog because he couldn't see, I guess, would I have been able to get some sort of reaction, like AO against him?
He's still in melee with you, so no.
Yeah, I'm
And you-
hoping that he bumped into
You didn't
me
know
or
like
something,
where
or-
he was going to come out necessarily. He didn't bump into you. So I need you to make your concentration save.
Oh yeah.
With a D4. An additional D4, not just
That's
a D4.
true. Okay, you got it.
+2. Sweet.
The storm remains as you focus.
Really give me strength. Da, da, da.
Scene. That brings us to Welgwyn.
Okay, I'm over here. I'm going to run up next to Logarius, and I'm going to stab him with the fancy dagger I found here.
All right. Roll to hit.
Okay, and since I have an ally in a 5-foot radius, that counts as a...
You'll get sneak attack if you hit.
If it hits, right? Yeah.
And you get a plus D4 to your attack roll as well.
Oh
Which probably won't. No.
What a bummer.
It
You did
could
get
help.
two
You might as
20s.
well roll
It's like
with
either
D4.
20 or 2.
I know.
Seems.
Okay, I'm going to assume that doesn't hit.
You can roll the d4 if you want. What's your to hit bonus?
Not 10.
It's not. I don't think it's gonna hit. If you roll
Plus
a 4,
three,
you'd have
yeah.
6. Plus 3, you have 0 chance to hit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you run
So
in
I'm
and
gonna-
like seeing Logarius in this form just throws you off balance. He seems to be shifting and like fading into the shadows around him. And you stab at him, but just can't find where he is.
Is he occupying 2 spaces, or is he right next to Nerida, or
He's
he's right next to
here.
Nerida, but he's big. Okay, I see. I just wanted to make sure.
He's not actually like a large creature. He's a medium-sized creature.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then in that case, I'm going to disengage. And just scoot back where I came
You
You
from.
don't
don't
actually
have
have
to
to use your disengage.
True.
You
Okay,
can
then I'm
scooch
just going
back
to
and
scooch
hide.
away and I'm going to hide. Yeah.
Do you want to go there to hide? You're hiding behind Nerida, basically.
Yeah. That works.
Okay. Roll stealth. Mythos definitely can't see you, but Logarius can.
Alright,
But
that's
you're
a 21.
pretty damn sneaky. Feel good about that. All right. Out from the cloud, Mythos comes barreling. Let's see, where can he even go? Alik's in the way.
Oh, they're both music poison? Damn it.
They're both immune to poison.
Yeah, I was pretty sure they would be when you cast it. I was like, that sucks.
Let's see. What can he do? Pretty cool stuff. He's gonna attempt to grapple you, Alik. So roll strength.
Actually, let me see something real quick. I have advantage to escape grapple because of my squat nimbleness.
To escape, but not be grappled.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll just roll regular strength plus it's athletics, right?
No, it's just strength. It's flat strength.
Is it?
Yep.
It's weird. Okay. Well, 18 plus 2 plus 2. So 22.
Wait, why plus 2 plus 2?
Bless.
It's not a save.
It's not a say. All right, then just
No,
plus
it's
18
just a
plus
raw
2.
strength check. With the 2, you would have avoided it, but instead
It's
he
like,
grabs you up into his horrifying claws, and you are grappled by him.
Contested strength check because he's trying to strength you, you're trying to strength away.
Exactly.
So it's straight.
And that will be... He's going to use his other hand. He's going to, like, having grabbed you, he'll roll around here and grab... Cora. Make a strength check. Oh, he rolled a
no.
nat 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. Well, he's still gonna make me do that check. I'm in probably computer.
Yep. You could fail.
Nope.
He could beat you. Nope. You easily overpower him as he's still sort of coming to terms with his new form. He swipes out at you with his enormous clawed hand, but can't seem to get a hold on you, and you slide out. That brings us to Lost. Lost the Last.
Okay, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay right where the hell I am, and I'm gonna do a 4th level moonbeam right in between these two.
All right.
That's right on me, but I can take it.
So, let's make it purple, because you are purple. Right in between these two. It's a 5-foot radius, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
It's
if you
gonna
want to
hit
hit
you in your
Logarius
armor.
also, it has to be like this.
It's fine.
Or it
I
could
forgive
hit,
you.
Nerida, yeah. Okay, you raise your hands, you chant the magic words, you reach out to Miliki, and a shaft of glorious pale moonlight sears down seemingly through the roof of the temple, scorching everyone beneath it. You want to move?
nope. I'm gonna stay outside of the building.
Top of the round is Cora. You might be muted.
Yeah, I was sorry, just folding some laundry. And then it takes a sec on my phone to actually get everything together. So let's see. What is going on here? There's him, there's him. Oh, he is huge, I see. That huge thing is him. And he came at me. I guess I'm going to move over here behind. Oh, that's Weldon, so I guess behind Lost? Yeah.
Alright, as you do, you take an AO
Really? Oh.
from
this is
Mephos the
interesting.
Misshapen.
Don't I have an advantage or something on that? I guess it's advantage on opportunity attacks against you or made with disadvantage.
Okay, well.
Sure. I will take the AO.
Rolled very badly. Let's see, what's his plus to hit? I assume 11 does not hit you.
No. And then I will attack Mephos, and because he's within 5 feet of an ally, I do get my bonus damage. My feet damage.
Feet damage. What do you mean?
A sneak attack.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Roll a hit. Forgot you were part rogue now.
Yeah, we got some crazy extra stuff to help with that, so I'm gonna roll on everyone else's strips today. Nope. There's one. Well, I used up one of your bad rolls, Alma.
Okay.
12 does not hit, correct? So that 26, however, would probably.
12 will not hit. 26 will. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So at this point, it's 2. It's a. I want to say it's 2d8, 1d8. It's d6.
He was already damaged, right? So
Yeah. So it's plus Hunter's Mark, which is
the
d6.
2d8 and a d6.
And then Sneak Attack gives me another d6. And then
Just
my
one?
damage itself, yeah, just one. So it's 2d6, 2d8, and a plus 5.
Yep. Go ahead and roll.
Oh my. Right one, yeah. It's,
Rangers are pretty cool.
let's ignore the last one. Which is
And
too
your
bad.
rolls are pretty cool. So
11
16,
and
21.
16, 21.
So while your first shot goes wide, just disappears into the yellow fog that encompasses the back of the room, the second one catches him straight in the side of his face, where you expect his face might be. It's a very bizarre mass of flesh, and like snarls, and the arrow drops as like bits of flesh peel off and slop to the floor. 21 points of damage. All right, Nerida.
All right. I raise my hands and lightning strikes slightly behind Mephistos.
Mephos. All right,
Misshapen for 52 points of damage.
you're using another channeled affinity.
Yes, I am.
Right. The lightning crackles down, slams into him. Another 52 points of damage. Doesn't feel good about it. Bits of flesh are like slopping off, burning, falling to the ground. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Chance. What you got?
Okay. God, everybody's really close together. I'm going to add some more chaos to all of this. I'm going to use Snowbox Snowball Swarm super carefully.
So you cast careful spell.
Exactly. To make sure that Alik and Nerida are not affected. And that's... Oh, wow. Only 1 point? That still feels wrong every time I do it.
That's why you're a sorcerer. That's
all
what you
right.
do.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm just going to use that on Mifos and Logarius.
Okay, at level 2?
Yes, just keeping it at level 2.
Okay, raise your hands, chant the magic words, crush a small piece of ice between your hands, and throw it. It turns into a swirling, mass of shards of ice and snow slamming into them. They make dex saves.
Yes.
The Mifos, it'll be Logarius Mifos.
Alright, I'm just rolling
16.
damage right now as well.
They both save.
Damn it! Alright, so that will be... I think they're just fully... Yeah, so 5 damage each.
5 damage each from ice, swirling around, smashing into them.
And then I'm just gonna move a little bit at a line of sight there.
All right. Harvakir told Midalik at the beginning of your turn, you are in the grasp of Mifos the Misshapen, and out of his claws and just oozing from every orifice he has, you see this horrible, black liquid. As it touches you, it sears you for 3 points of acid damage.
Oh, not poison, acid. Mm-hmm. I also got to roll against radiant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a con save.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm good
I was
at
gonna
con,
say
though,
if it's a
so
dex
that's
save,
good.
you'll just fail because you are restrained.
Oh, I did it.
You
Yay.
succeed. Still, you take half.
Yeah, which
I succeeded on my concentration
Bullshit
save.
happened.
You think what?
I don't know, never mind. I don't want to back CTM. I just feel like a 20 is pretty cool.
Right, like you favor,
Against your
a 20
friend's
and it's just
spell.
like,
well, you're in luck
big
because I
save.
didn't do very good rolls there. So
those are pretty good. What are you
Those
talking
are
about?
really
For
good.
defense, yeah.
That's above average, for sure. Okay, so I take
11 points of radiant damage as the moonbeam
And how much
sears
acid?
into you.
Just 3?
3 points of acid damage, yeah.
That's not so bad. I thought that was going to be scarier. I'm going to summon Spiritual Weapon. Let's say right next to this boyo, and take an attack on him.
Right? The Gauntlet of Helm appears behind him and goes to slap.
Oh, it misses badly because it's terrible. That's
Misses
plus 6.
quite badly. Yeah, that will not hit.
Um,
Slaps at him, and he just one of his arms in the back just, swats it away.
why don't I go ahead and just break out of this grapple?
All right. Contested strength check.
14 plus. Are we saying proficiency now? Because
Yeah, if it's athletics.
yeah. So hold on, let me pull it up because it's plus 5. So that'd be 19.
No, that's not gonna do it.
Okay.
He maintains you in his grasp. You struggle. You think you're doing really well, and but you're just shoving bits of flesh away. They just roll around and reform into other parts of the arm. It keeps grabbing you. That brings us to Logarius. He is going to. Did he
Con
hit
save.
anyone last time? He's going to make a con save. I think his
Also,
con
I
is
don't know if
pretty
they-
crazy. He
if
definitely
since
made
they're-
that save.
if their shape has changed, I don't know. It's just your call, but
That's true.
They're not like shapeshifters. Let's see, what does
like I
it
said,
say?
your call.
They're like cursed with a different form.
A
which is
shape
kinda
changer.
different.
It's not a
Yeah.
shape changer.
Yeah.
You're not like revealing its true form. Roll damage. He easily saves though.
I want to save them.
Sounds
Yeah.
great. Holy shit.
Not really. Oh, I did better against that leak.
Yeah.
Oh.
7 points of radiant damage scorch into him as the moonbeam burns his bizarre, darkened, twisted flesh. He's going to... Let's see, what cool stuff can he do?
I hate it when Iden starts like that. Means bad things are happening.
How does this work? All right. He chants out once again. It's like, patron, grant me power to slay these foes who would prevent me from freeing the people of this land. Swirling vortex of energy forms around him. His sword glows like this black shimmering glow. And he strikes at Nerida.
All right.
Uh, 18 to hit.
I think
I think that's your AC.
my armor class, but I'm just yeah. So he
Yep,
went.
so he barely hits.
All right, Wrath of the Storm.
Wrath of the Storm again. For 12 points of slashing. Wrath of, you blast back with thunder. He also is going to do 1 point of necrotic. As his sword cleaves into your chest, you blast back with 14 points of thunder damage. Not insignificant. Is blasted back a bit.
Oh, it's natural 20.
Hey, you maintain your concentration on the spell. He rolls around to get out of the moonbeam.
I know, babe. It's pretty exciting.
Well, Gwyn,
Wait, does he get to choose the direction he's blasted back?
he didn't actually get blasted back, right?
Oh, he
can
moved,
He does
okay.
if he has lightning damage, actually. Everyone taking lightning.
Wasn't that
damage.
thunder?
Oh, you're right. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I don't do any lightning damage except for call lightning.
Well, even if he got blasted back, he rolls around over here.
That's fine.
Wait, hold on.
would
He
just
moved out of my
move.
range. I could take an AO on him.
You could. You're grappled. It seems weird.
But not restrained. Grappled isn't
Not
restrained.
restrained.
It's just,
Actually, this grapple does restrain you.
okay.
Special grapple.
Be honest, did you just make that up right now?
No,
Was that a
no. That's.
Be honest.
I'm serious. I planned that.
It makes sense that it would. I mean, it's a gigantic fucking.
He's
extra
basically
hand.
like, his arm is like encompassing you, and these like
Yeah.
bits of bulbousy flesh are like just wrapped all the way
Bulbousy
around
acid
you.
flesh.
You have to like force yourself out. Well, there's acidic goo dripping from them.
Acidic sebum?
Sure.
That's your skin oil.
Yes, I know.
I
That
just
brings
wanted
us
to be
to Welgwyn.
Okay, I'm
Thank you.
gonna
Thank you for telling
shoot-
me.
I'm
No
gonna shoot
problem.
at Mythos
All right,
with my
with your bow.
bow.
Roll to hit. Roll to hit with advantage because you are unseen.
And plus
Good
4.
thing, good thing you had advantage. Yeah, also
Yep.
the D4
Oh.
for bless.
I didn't take my D4.
That's a
Oh, well,
D6.
too
Oh,
late.
that's a D6. Ignore that. I hit the wrong one.
I don't think it would have mattered for you, Cora.
Yeah, probably not.
I think your low roll was like a 3 or something.
think
wasn't
it
happening.
was 12.
Hey, consistency.
Perfect. Okay.
Pretty sure that's going to hit. Basically, no matter what your attack bonus is, if it's at least 1, you hit. So roll damage.
Cool.
And that's going to be sneak attack.
5d6s.
Not bad. 18 plus what, 3?
Yeah.
All right. Sneakily, you sort of duck out from behind your friends. Loose an arrow. Again, catches him right in what you think might be his face. Just, the arrow goes right through, and chunks of flesh spill out the other side. The flesh around it just sort of reforms and just bubbles around.
You're getting much better at that, Welgwyn. I'm glad we've been training together.
Thank you. I'm gonna go over
21
here and hide.
points of damage.
And then I'm gonna try to hide behind that wall.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes.
Mephos is going to try to crush Alik.
With the Crushinator.
It's just gonna roll an attack on you. That's gonna hit.
Yeah, unless it's less than 20 somehow.
Nope. You take 22 points of bludgeoning damage as the flesh around you just tightens and squeezes and crushes you. This other hand, he's gonna just swipe at Nerida.
All right.
20 to hit.
That's gonna hit. Wrath of the Storm.
You've done some actual damage, right? It hasn't all been reactive damage.
You take
Yeah, I did
14
actually-
points
I did
of
like
slashing damage.
105 or something.
Yeah,
How much?
104. 14 points of slashing
All right.
damage as it cuts into you. You blast back with Wrath of the Storm
Getting spooky.
for 10 points of thunder damage. The thunder sort of blasts him back. The flesh like ripples and then coagulates back together. Roll your concentration.
Oh yeah.
Did you roll yours, Alik? Roll concentration to keep bless.
Oh, okay, we'll do that.
Well, I'll wait for the bless then.
And how much damage did you do to
20.
you?
It was 22, so I
So you need 11.
succeeded very much.
Why do you have advantage on that?
Because I'm a warcaster.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm also blessed,
Right.
so I get bless.
Yeah. So
You get blessed to save bless.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but
That's what happens. That's what happens.
he's gonna move here.
oh good, he took me out of the
Hopefully
radiant
not
thing.
fall over. Oh yeah, he also takes radiant damage from Moonbeam. I forgot.
But I don't, sucker.
Well, it's not your turn. He does save because I'm
Yeah,
rolling
of course he does.
insanely well. This could be interesting.
Well, a little better.
10 points of radiant damage scorch into him from above. All right. That brings us to Lost.
God damn it. Well, can't move. I'm gonna move the moonbeam onto Mephos.
Okay.
Actually, that's gonna like hit everybody.
On
Everybody.
Nerida and Alik.
Never mind.
You could. Well, I don't want to back the game for you.
I'll move it like up over here, so it's at least hitting Logarius. Yeah.
Right. Concentrate, you focus, you shift the moonbeam. Anything else?
Can I
sing a little song?
Yeah, exactly. Can I?
Is it your action
disengage?
to move the moonbeam?
Is it?
I think
Probably.
it might be. And
Yeah, that would
if
make
it is,
sense.
then you cannot disengage, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can use my action. Yeah, so that's fine. I guess I'm going to just stand still and hope for the best.
Stand defiantly in front of Nephos the Misshapen. Brings us top of the round to Cora.
Okay, so let's move the screen a little bit and see where things are now. I'm still not right in front of them. He's got Nirda and Ali kind of in his.
He's gripping Alik in one of his bizarre deformed arms. Nerida is not in a grip currently.
Yeah. Is that a statue in the corner as well, opposite from those guys?
Back here.
Okay. So what's
This is Alik's hand.
Oh,
Glove
got
of helm.
bashing. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna keep backing up. So I have like what, 30 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seeing him.
Cora appears to be
bust out of
running
this
away.
Doorway. Run away, brave Robin! Run away. Bonus actions. Spells. Find traps by throw, ensnaring strike, hall of the hail of thorns, and hunter's mark. And I had dark vision. I guess dark vision. I'm just gonna fire arrows.
All right,
Fire
roll to
them
hit.
arrows at Nephos.
Crit.
Awesome.
Your first shot, you
so-
line it up, aim carefully, spin around at the end. You like run and slide, spin, loosing the arrow. It hits him square in the center of the face.
Is 22 left.
Flesh reforms around the arrow, which sinks all the way in. Go ahead and roll damage on the first one.
Is 12 enough?
12.
Or 22.
Total?
22 to hit.
22 also hits, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just roll them all at once. So that is, we decide I'm doing 2d8 and 2d6, so that's going to be 4d8 and 4d6, and then another 2d8 and 1d6. So I can only apply
So
that.
68 and
1, 2,
5d6.
3, 4, 5. Oh, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4.
2 more.
2.
And then 5d6. Good God.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, crits. Plus another 10.
Right. So 28,
Hot damn.
44, 54 damage. As both arrows sink into him, the first one catching him straight in the head.
Where are those D6s coming from?
From a hunter's mark, and because it's already damaged.
Sneak attack as
Damn.
well.
And sneak attack, yeah.
Oh, and that was on the crit, huh?
So Hunter's Mark gives 1d6 and Sneak Attack gives another d6, and you get the Sneak Attack on the first hit, which was a crit.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, what did I
Hunter's
say,
Mark on
54?
both. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. So as you hit it with these arrows, after the first one, like almost shatters the head for a moment, and then flesh sort of swells and changes and moves back into it. After that, its form changes.
You called it.
These like
Oh, he's got more
enormous fangs, claws grow out of its chest, and it just mutating massive flesh. The second arrow hits it again, right in the chest, popping this enormous bulbous chunk of flesh there, and it mutates once more into this horrible, unstable monstrosity.
Can it still grapple me?
It is still grappling you this whole time.
Is it grappling me more painfully now?
No.
Well, that's good.
You feel it shifting around you. It's very uncomfortable. It's the weirdest hug you ever had.
Still a hug, though.
Still a hug from a horrible monstrosity. All right, Nerida.
All right. Well, I will cast at 4th level Spiritual Weapon. My Moon Tiara slices at this newly formed monstrosity. Hopefully.
All right, your Moon Tiara, barnacle encrusted, emerges from the darkness, swirls around and slices straight through this massive
D4.
flesh. Doesn't even matter.
That's pretty good. Come on, there we go. Aw, well, okay.
Poopy damage.
Plus 5. Yeah.
9 damage.
And then...
As the Moon Tiara cuts through it. You're
we
having
play
trouble
it
like
risky
seeing
or
its
we play it
vitals as
safe?
it's just shifting this massive flesh around.
Alright, and then I will tap myself on the shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
Right.
It's
Those are
okay. I know I did
both
tap the damage. Don't worry about it.
Neither of those are cantrips,
Oh, right,
right?
you're right.
You cannot cast Cure
Sorry,
Wounds.
you're right.
Your magical energy is
Alright,
spent for this turn.
Yeah, then I will... Oh god, everyone's so close. You know what? Alright, let's hit Logarius with Call Lightning. Lightning
All
strikes
right.
behind him.
Call down the power of the storm. Slams into Logarius. He makes a dex save, right? Oh wait, they should have been making dex saves to not take full damage.
Well, you want to go back?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's undo
So
the whole
little
thing.
late.
Undo the whole fight.
He fails his dex save.
Alright, well, 22 points of damage.
I mean, they've been rolling well enough on everything else. I think it's just fair to say they've been failing that.
It is a dex save, yeah.
22 points of lightning damage. Scorch the bizarre armor and flesh of this transformed
Remember
man.
Lauren!
My duty is to the people.
God damn it.
Chance. It's gonna be fun. Seeing this man turn into new form, I'm gonna back that up a little bit. And
take an attack of opportunity.
Oh wait, that's right.
Back that tail up. Back that
two
tail
enormous
up.
claws swipe out. One is gonna miss. The second one will hit. Let's see.
Both? I thought one was still holding Eileen.
He has 4 arms.
Also, he could have hit me with the. Well, I hit him with
Oh, I
the one that's
forgot.
got me in it.
Nerida, since he slashed you, roll a con save.
When did he slash me that I didn't
He
con
slashed you
save?
his last turn.
And I got a 20. Natural 20.
Yeah, I know. Roll another con save.
Alright. Alright!
With bless.
Chance, you take 10 points of slashing damage and roll a con save for me.
14.
14 barely succeeds. As the claws dig into you, you feel poison coursing through your veins. You just focus and push it out. Chance,
like that.
however...
Not today, demon
That's
man.
16.
Oh, really? Your con is...
How much con do you have?
What?
Wait. No, wait.
Con save.
That's 2. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, my math is terrible. That
Take
is,
sorcerer over here.
yeah, that's 12.
Okay. You
Well,
just
26 con.
barely fail. You feel poison
no.
coursing through your veins, and you are poisoned.
Son of a bitch. Of course I am. All right. Poison. Then
That gives you disadvantage on attack throw rolls, if I remember correctly.
I think it does, yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Really?
disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh man, that's really inconvenient for what I want to do. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, then I'm just gonna try and hit him.
Still get your
With-
D4.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit him with a scorching ray at regular level 2.
All right,
Alright.
it's 3 rays.
Yeah, so let's see.
3 rays pour forth from your hands, swirl about. Do your sorcerer's magic. You're disoriented slightly from being poisoned as you fire the beams.
Roll a bunch of d4s as well.
Holy
Three
shit.
d4s.
Miss, what's your to hit bonus?
9.
Oh, really?
Oh, what the hell?
Go!
Wait, so it's 9. So the first one hits. The second one misses. Wait, no. It's 8 plus 9? 17?
Yeah.
Those all hit. You would have had to roll fucking awful. So nice.
I mean, I still have in the past. All right, and that's, what was it? So D6s, yes.
It's the
2d6.
rays sear into his bizarre corpuscular frame. It screams.
Oh, that's right.
4 more of those.
Woohoo! Yeah, 24. I'll take it.
24 points of fire damage. Oof. You see chunks just peeling off and falling to the floor.
Wait. Never mind. Sorry. Never mind.
I'm gonna be in this
Never
guy's
mind.
claws the entire fight, aren't I?
Barbecue Toll Middle League.
Alright, first
You,
thing.
as the acid burns into you,
Oh, yeah. How much acid?
3 points of acid damage.
Okay, I'm gonna save against that. Did it. Alright, first thing I'm gonna try to break out again. Because this is getting silly. Well, he's got to beat a 12.
I think that's gonna. I don't think he can fail that, in fact. Yeah.
God, it's that high. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then for my other thing, I'm gonna just cast Mass Healing Word because apparently that's just verbal.
There you go.
So I'm gonna
Go
heal
for it.
everybody for 5, and myself for 11.
The divine light of Helm pours down. Everyone feels somewhat enervated.
And that's all.
All right, Logarius. He's taking moonbeam damage and trying to save. He saves and takes 11 points of radiant damage. As the moonbeam blisters across him. He's gonna move out again. He can't get past you two, so he's just gonna go at Nerida.
Alright.
2 swipes. 22 and 16. I think the 16
Only the first one hits.
misses, so...
Wrath of the Storm!
12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And as the dark energies of the sword flow into you, 3 points of necrotic damage as well.
That's 15 total?
Yes. Oh boy. Wrath
And
of the
he's-
Storm.
In that time, and he goes backwards.
Sure. He's just gonna move right back up.
That's fine, but can Ellie get a nail? Oh no, because he's grappled. Can I take
He's
it?
grappled, and the creature has to willingly move out of your attack range
Okay.
to get
Well,
a nail.
fine. Just knock him down, because it's funny. Knock him back.
I will bring freedom. That brings us to Welgwyn.
Okay.
10.
On your con save?
Yeah.
much did he hit you for?
15.
Okay. You save. Just barely. The storm continues.
Alright, I'm gonna stab this big ugly fella.
Alright. Just gonna stab him with the dagger.
My fun new dagger.
Roll to hit.
Oh.
Plus what? 6?
That's plus 6, yeah.
Will just barely not hit.
Ooh.
You
Alright.
swing at him and you feel like you've got a sense of where perhaps a vital portion is, and he just slaps your arm away as you go in with the dagger.
Okay, I'm gonna disengage, but I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, you don't have to use your action to disengage because you
Oh,
attacked
right, yeah.
melee.
Alright, then I'm just gonna chill.
That brings us to Mephos the Misshapen's turn. Everybody make a wisdom save.
With bless.
With bless. And oh no, it's not going well.
Oh dear.
Oh no, it's really not going well.
Hold on, what did I get?
Yeah, these are some terrible rolls, guys.
And everyone but Chance and Cora takes 6 points of
Wait,
acid
I got
damage.
19. Is that not enough?
That's against something else.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Everyone but Chance and Cora takes 6 points of acid damage.
Oh god, I'm just 1 hit point up.
Wait, why don't I take damage?
So in his new form, there's just bits of acid, like black goo, spurting out of him, and it showers over everyone nearby.
Ha ha! Just far enough away.
Okay, so what's everyone's wisdom totals? Just put them in chat.
Oh, God.
3.
That's a fail. 16 is a success.
Whew.
Everyone who did not get at least a 13 is frightened of Mephos the Misshapen as his horrible form. Welgwyn barely succeeds and is not frightened.
Oh, well, halflings get advantage against fear.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, there you go. And Cora, right?
Welgwyn and Cora would get advantage on that.
Don't think that's better.
Plus bless. Plus bless.
You don't get to re-roll the bless.
Oh, that's true. Whatever the bless was.
4. Was
It
it?
was good. 11. What's your wisdom bonus, Cora?
Probably -1.
That would be
Oh, I'm
nice.
sorry. I was muted. 13. And did Amma...
Oh, is it
did
13
you-
total?
The 13
You succeeded
total.
then.
Amma, did you get healed by Mass Healing Word?
I did. That
Okay.
saved me just now.
Nice.
Okay.
Of 1 hit point
Okay.
left.
Yes. That's
So-
what I was asking. Jeez.
Chance. Is Chance the only one frightened? Oh, Chance and Lost
Yep.
are both frightened. The tieflings. Seeing this. All right. He is going to crush Alik. Triumphantly.
He's gonna try.
Yeah, it's like 21 to hit.
He's gonna barely.
Okay. A lot of 3s. 17 points of bludgeoning damage. And you do... Sorry, not 17. Ugh. 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
I
As his
succeeded in my
arm
save.
squeezes you. Okay, just making sure you're still up. He's
Yeah,
gonna,
I'm hurting, but I'm still up.
he's gonna also swipe at... Let's see, who are we going for here? At Lost,
Of course.
his free hand. Ooh, 10 to hit.
Yay! My low AC still worked on this one.
As he's been damaged so much recently, the flesh just can't seem to like get itself together. It swipes like a limp noodle at Lost, and you easily duck out of the way. That brings us to Lost.
Okay, I'm gonna disengage.
All right.
And run like here. More like here.
All right.
Well, you're frightened, so what does that do?
You can only move away, and you get disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yep.
Got it.
That's it.
Anything else?
Make us-
Okay. Top of the round, Cora.
Do you make a save during your turn to not be frightened anymore, or just...
Yes, you can make another save at the end of your turn to try to stop being frightened.
What does that save? Is
It will be 13 wisdom.
Okay.
And bless.
Bless.
Zalik has kept concentration this whole time.
So 10,
Amazingly.
2, that's only a 12, so
Oh,
I'm still frightened.
All right, Cora.
I'm attacking. For 20... What is that? That's a 2 for 25... I can do
First
math,
one
24.
will hit. I think they'll both hit, yeah.
Yeah, they're both at the same, so 24.
And your allies are in melee, so you get sneak attack.
So that's 2 and 2 and 1 and 2. So that's 6. Sorry, that's not right. It's 4 d8s and 3 d5. Or d6. No.
Yep, for the first attack.
Ignore the last d6 for all the attack.
Oh, it's a 6 too.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So 20 points. 25.
30.
No,
5 and
25.
5. 30.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
all
you
of it
rolled
together.
both attacks?
Yeah, I rolled both my attacks, and then I hit on both, and then I rolled both my damages.
Okay.
So that's why.
How do you want to do
rolling that
this?
+6.
Yeah!
I fire 2 shots in rapid succession right at him. One hits the stomach, and as it's trying to reform and bring enough material back together to cover the hole, the second one straight through the head and takes it clean off.
The head, or what appears to be a head, it looks like perhaps 3 heads joined into one. As it doubles over from the first hit, just roiling, thrashing Alik around in its weird, bizarre claw. The second arrow dramatically just slashes straight through the head. The chunks of flesh spill everywhere. They spray out over the temple of Ilmater behind. The creature flails a bit, as if it would scream if it could, but it's been relieved of any such mouths, and it collapses into
Scream at. Oh, thank you, dwarf.
Welcome.
Let's see. I'm gonna scream at what is his name at
Logarius.
Logarius. Is this really the freedom and peace you want to ally yourself with darker forces? Look at yourself. Look at what you're doing.
Dalen, no.
He
There,
betrayed
it's
you.
your
He
turn.
betrayed your trust.
Let's see. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's just put it like here. Let's hit Logarius. Try to non-lethal.
All right,
I
roll
guess.
to attack.
I
Not
appreciate
great. Plus
that.
8.
What is
But
the
it may
total?
be too
15.
late.
15 does not hit, just barely.
All right.
Moon
And
Tiara
then,
swoops through the air. He just looks sullen and
I
pulls
know,
himself
it's
together
sad.
just enough to slash at the Moon Tiara and deflect with his blade.
and then I will call lightning behind him, 5 feet behind him.
All right.
Oh shit! I forgot I have 1 HP. I meant to heal myself. Oh well.
That's okay. So he rolls
13.
Dex.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fail. For 13 points of lightning damage. Strikes into him. Is that it?
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay,
Those are the
Chance.
things I can do.
No movement?
I'm not gonna take the AL for a reason.
You'd have to
One
take an
hit
AL.
points.
Yeah, not worth it.
Chance, your turn, bud.
All right. I mean, I've got super disadvantage on everything that I want to do.
Well, you're no longer frightened because the target of your fear is dead.
Okay, that's right. Good. But being poisoned still doing real well with disadvantage on attack rolls. I'm gonna do frostbite on Logarius.
You have to move to get a view.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Get right in line of sight.
Go climb on the pile of flesh that was Dalen.
Yeah, you know.
Rosemifos Dalen.
Give it a swift kick, for a good measure. And then, frostbite on Logarius.
Right. Is that a dex?
That's a con save, so risky. Let's see what happens.
So ice swirls around, congeals. He saves.
Motherfucker.
Shrugs it off.
And it's no damage, right?
Yeah, it's no damage on a save for
Damn.
most cantrips. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna chill there.
All right, Alik.
Now that I am free, Alma, you didn't heal yourself, did you?
I did not.
All right, I'm gonna heal Alma
Thank you so much.
with. Let's go with a level 3 healing word. It's called.
Thank you.
It's called healing
Right.
word. Cure wounds.
Cure wounds. You are in there with her, so you can tap
I
her.
am. For 19.
Wow.
Thank
Plus I
you
heal
so
myself
much.
for 6. Plus I bring my
Summon
glove
down
over and
The
slap
divine light of
Logarius.
Helm.
And I
All right,
slap
roll to
him
hit.
for this many. That's 20.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
9.
How do you
It's
want
the
to do
first
this?
damage. I did it. Like the first damage I've done in like 5 rounds. Smack him right flat into the ground. Just
So, the glove of Helm, shimmering golden, eye encrusted in the center, raises up behind Logarius. He's about to bring a strike down on Nerida. She's sort of reeling as you've just touched her and healed her. She's preparing for the blow. The glove just whacks him flat, smashes him to the ground. And he does not stand up.
he doesn't turn into part 2.
Nope.
You turn back into a human.
Human.
Whoa.
Dalen didn't.
Dalen actually does.
Oh, okay.
So looking back over, Chance, below your feet, the flesh just seems to like disintegrate into the ground. And sitting before you, naked, is Visor Dalen. Please spare me. Did what I thought I must.
Did Logarius agree to help you?
Logarius didn't know.
Alright, revivify!
Casting Revivify on Logarius?
Yeah.
You sure?
Maybe not.
Okay.
Well, so wait, before you do that...
Logarius
Sorry, party
stands back up.
No,
He's
before
normal,
you do
right?
that... Before you do... No.
He's changed back to normal as well.
Okay.
I wanted to have a party discussion about
Or
this.
actually,
Oh yeah,
he's just unconscious. He's like on the floor, clad in armor.
sorry, I already did it.
It's fine, you did it. Great sword at his side. Dalen looks
I
to
forgot these were like ghosts. That's so dumb.
A, they're like ghosts,
Spare me.
and B, we were trying to like change history.
Change everything.
So
I know.
Yeah. Do
Sorry.
we know when
have.
You could still kill him if you want. He's just
Do we know when
unconscious.
I already
Dalen
wasted everything, so it's sorry everybody.
the ice.
No, I mean, I think we already successfully changed history. I'm pretty sure these guys went on a rampage and they're the Cataclysm.
So
Change
I
history.
shouldn't strangle him right now.
No chance Cora could have stopped me and said, "Let's talk about this."
I mean, we can always kill him again if we really
No,
I
okay,
mean,
that's fine. That's fine.
You should just crushionate Dalen's head.
Let's just kill him again. Let's go through that
No,
whole
it's not that
battle
I
again.
want. It's fine.
You know?
It's fine.
Dalen
It's
is just
fine.
looking around, terrified, like
I already did it.
on the floor.
Oh,
This horrible discussion about spirits and ghosts.
You must let me go. I have to unite my people.
What people
Not
are
like
that?
this.
What's done is done. We must move forward from here.
I heard that before.
I mean,
I think we have to kill him.
we gotta kill him. I mean, I'm not usually the one to say this, but this.
He's a ghost.
I
Kill
know,
him.
which
You
it means
can't
it
trust
doesn't.
him not
Which it
to
doesn't
just
really
do it
mean it
again.
matters. It doesn't. Well, anything we do right now doesn't matter. But we.
Nothing really
The
matters.
wisps
we
that have
have-
adorned the sky and the room before you have sort of congregated around him, just swirling around him.
Yep.
All right,
He
kill him
doesn't seem
quick.
to notice
him.
them.
I'll smack him with my glaives.
Roll the hit.
Mm,
He's not really defending himself.
You're still blessed. Don't
He
forget.
just holds his arm up.
Oh, I never did that the whole time. I guess I didn't actually take any weapon strikes.
You didn't, attack with a weapon.
That actually will probably.
What is that total?
Plus 8, plus 6, 7, plus 7.
Okay.
No, plus 8.
That'll,
Sorry, I forgot I had a plus 1 weapon.
that'll hit.
He's naked, right?
Go ahead and
So,
roll damage. Yeah, he's
What's
naked.
his AC?
10.
What's the
Roll
AC
damage.
of being unconscious on the ground?
3. Having a bad time.
Wait a minute.
That was
So,
pathetic.
what's your damage total? It's D10.
Oh, wait. D10 plus D8 plus plus 5.
Plus 5. So 8 damage total.
8 damage total, yeah.
Sort of like
Is more
chop his arm
killing-
off.
really necessary.
I'll hit
We've
him with
already
my...
tested this foe.
It'd be nice if it were humane.
Yeah, sorry. I
Take
missed.
care of this. Crushinator on his
And then-
skull.
yeah.
Just Ellie, just finish him.
Crushinating his skull. Plus
That'll
whatever
hit.
the D4 is. And then let's roll my 2d8. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's.
It doesn't matter. You hit him.
Well,
for
I want to
sure.
make sure I hit his skull. That is pretty.
That's almost maximum damage. Okay, so Alex steps in and just his
17.
in one swift motion, his head is just replaced with a bloody pile on the ground. Weird shattered bone and teeth. He is no more. The spirits swirl, expand out from his body, trailing the void behind them. The town, shapeless as it is, starts to vanish as they seemingly erase it as they fly across the sky.
Bye, Logarius.
The church vanishes, shimmers, disappears. And all before you is darkness. And that's where we'll pick up next week with more Tales from Tuatha. Good job, everybody.
We did it! We fought ghost things!
Thank goodness for Cora crits.
May or may not actually be done with this, but we defeated them. Yeah, see, y'all need me. Don't forget.
Thanks to everyone who showed up to watch. You guys are great. There are only a few of you, and I'm not really sure who's watching. I think VMI was here, though, through the whole thing. Thanks to him. He's rad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do this every week, Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So show up next week, and we hope to have you back for more Tales from Tuatha. See you next week. Bye.
Had tons of fun. We hope you do too. Tons of fun.